What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Mile High Misfits. So as you guys know, I'm going to be putting a cam in my Corvette soon, and I finally just collected all the parts I need to do the job. I did a ton of research to find out exactly what parts, tools, and extras I need for this job so that way I don't have to buy anything later. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys everything that you need to throw a cam in your C5 Corvette and how much it's going to cost you, so stay tuned. So here it is, guys. This is pretty much all the stuff right here that you need to get. I'm going to go through each part and tool and explain what it is, why you need it, and how much it's going to cost. First things first, you're going to need your camshaft and supporting mods. So as you guys can see over here, I got the BTR Stage 3 camshaft. This is the specification card on that, so you can see all the details on this camshaft here. And I got this as a kit from Michigan Motorsports, so it also came with the steel retainers. It came with your valve stem seals. It comes with the spring locators. It also comes with your keepers. And then it also comes with your dual valve springs, which you're going to need if you go with a more aggressive camshaft. And then I also got my push rods. These are the correct length for the kit that I went with. And then it comes with your hardware, crank seal, comes with the crank bolt, water pump gaskets, and then also your timing cover gaskets. So this is a ton of great stuff, good quality stuff, all from Michigan Motorsports in one kit. When you want to swap in an aggressive camshaft, you can't just throw the cam in. You need supporting parts like the dual valve springs and new push rods to account for the more aggressive lift, duration, and increased RPM range. This kit comes with a lot of the parts that you need, and I paid $792.86 for it. Next up, I also got new rocker arms from Michigan Motorsports with the trunnion upgrades already installed. As a lot of you guys know, these cars have issues with the needle bearing retainers failing, and this can cause needle bearings to fall out into your motor, causing catastrophic damage. With the trunnion upgrade, this eliminates the risk by using captured roller bearings, so this type of failure can't occur. So you're going to want to do this huge reliability mod. For this kit with the trunnion upgrades already installed, I paid $346.99. You can also get the trunnion upgrades and install them on your rocker arms yourself to save a bit of money, but I just decided to go with the pre-installed ones. So this is where your build could be a little different than mine, and depending on what you do, you could be spending a little bit more money. So what I'm doing is I'm actually leaving the heads on the LS1 engine when I swap out my cam. And because of this, I'm also going to be reusing my OEM lifters. Because these are roller lifters, I'm really not too worried about them being worn out, but if there is any scoring on the OEM camshaft when I take it out, I will replace the lifters. The reason why I'm doing this is because new heads and lifters are just not in the budget right now. And it's also going to save me a ton of work when I install the new cam. But if you are planning on doing new heads and lifters, I would recommend getting LS7 lifters, obviously new trays and head gaskets, and then I'd also recommend getting the 243 heads from the LS6 engine. The 243 heads are going to allow you to push a little bit more power out of your LS1 engine compared to the 241 heads. Now moving on, I also got the Melling 10295 high pressure oil pump, and I also got the IWIS timing chain. A lot of people go with the Melling high pressure oil pump to reduce the risk of oil cavitation at higher RPMs. This commonly occurs at high RPMs with the stock pump, but a high pressure oil pump ensures consistent oil flow and reduces the risk of cavitation. The IWIS timing chain is a high quality German-made timing chain known for its exceptional durability. The links on this chain are a bit thicker than the OEM chain, and the LS1 chains are known to stretch over time, so you'll want to replace this while you have the motor apart. It's cheap insurance to make sure that your motor stays in time for a long time. The oil pump was $147.99, and the timing chain was $73.99. On top of those parts, I also got the timing chain dampener to reduce noise and slack from the timing chain, and because I have a pre-2001 LS1, I needed to buy the timing chain dampener bracket. The LS1s from 2001 Plus already have drilled holes for this, but mine needs the adapter bracket because it's a $19.99. It was about $60 total for both of these. You also want to buy valve cover gaskets for about $20, power steering fluid for about $22, coolant for $20, oil and an oil filter for about $50, and some assembly lube for about $9. So I'm doing these next two to future-proof my car. So I'm going to be replacing my OEM harmonic balancer with the Summit Racing C2501 harmonic balancer, and I'm also going to be pinning my crank. This harmonic balancer is a great value for the money and eliminates the common and catastrophic C5 Corvette harmonic balancer separation issue. This is a much more reliable and sturdier piece, and it's a great reliability mod. The cool thing about this balancer is that it's 8-rib compatible, so if I decide to supercharge the car later down the road, I can do that with this pulley. But it also works just fine with the stock 6-rib system. And I'm also going to be pinning my crankshaft so I don't run the risk of having the balancer spin on the crank and damaging my motor. This is a modification that a lot of people do to their C5 Corvettes when they're planning on making bigger power numbers, because from the factory, the crankshaft isn't keyed. The balancer is just a press fit onto the crank, so if you add resistance to the pulley like a supercharger, you risk having the balancer spin on the crank and causing significant damage. The total price I paid for both of these mods is $311.98. Real quick guys, before we move on, I wanted to let you know that if you're enjoying this video or if you're finding it helpful, make sure to help me out as well and subscribe to Mile High Misfits, because that is the best way to support the channel and it is absolutely free to do. And if you want to do something that's not so free, you can buy one of the C5 Corvette shirts that we have on our Etsy store now, and that is a huge help to the channel so I can continue to put out videos just like this one. But without further ado, let's get back into it. Now as far as tools, you're obviously going to need the basics like a jack stands, impacts, wrenches, and sockets, and that kind of stuff. But I also wanted to go over some of the specialty tools that you're going to need for this job that you might not already have. So first you need a harmonic balancer puller. Obviously this is not the puller right here, but you can get one from places like Advanced Auto Parts or AutoZone. There are multiple options for you to buy or rent. Some people online say to rent the Chrysler 3-jaw puller, which is number 57139, but you can also buy one if you plan on doing this job more than once. There's a few decent options on Amazon like these that I'll leave links to in the description. When tightening the harmonic balancer bolt, if you have an automatic, you may need to use this tool to keep your crank from spinning, but if you have a manual, you can just put the car into gear. So if you have a manual transmission and you plan on renting the harmonic balancer puller, this is all going to be completely free. Next up is the valve spring compressor tool. To install your new springs and your seals, you will absolutely need this tool. I got this one on Amazon for about $20, and there are certainly nicer versions out there. If you plan on doing this job pretty often or more than once, you might want to invest on getting the nicer versions. But because I'm only doing this the one time, I think this will be fine. Now this one is the Mr. Gasket timing cover alignment tool. I've heard online that if you don't use this when you're installing your timing cover and gasket, you're going to have a leak. Whether that's true or not, I have no idea, but I really don't want to risk it. So I just bought it to save myself some trouble, but for this piece of plastic, it was about $50, so someone's making good money off my ass for that. I also bought this tool that threads into the spark plug hole and allows you to blow compressed air into the cylinder. Basically what this is going to do is it's going to hold up your valves when you are doing your valve springs, and this is super important when you leave your heads on the motor when you're doing the camshaft. This was about $13 on Amazon. Now this might look like a weird one, but these 5/16 by 24-inch dowels are extremely important if you plan on leaving the heads on the motor when you're doing the cam swap. These are super important because these are going to be what holds up your lifters when you pull out the cam. This is a super cool design by Chevy that allows you to basically insert these into your block, and it's going to hold up your lifters so that way they don't fall when you pull out the cam. And I paid about $16 for like 30 of these on Amazon, so if anybody needs some extra ones, let me know. Now this one is really important. This is the harmonic balancer installation tool. Now you want to use this instead of using the bolt to install your harmonic balancer, because a lot of people will just use the bolt and it pulls the harmonic balancer onto the crank snout, but this is a bad idea because you're not getting enough thread engagement to actually pull it on there. And if you do that, you risk pulling out the threads on your crank snout, and this can cause significant damage to your motor. And by using this, you eliminate that risk because you're going to have full thread engagement, and you're also going to be able to use this to pull it on instead of just using a bolt head. And this was only about $16 on Amazon. Now this one is much more optional, but I also bought this crank seal installation tool to install my crank seal. I really only did this just because I would much rather use one of these rather than a socket, because sometimes the socket can damage the seal and I just don't want to risk that. This kit was about $60 and can be used on relatively any crank seal. Real quick, I wanted to let you guys know that all the tools and parts that you see in this video are linked in the description below, so go and check them out. The question that you're probably asking yourself is, how much was the total cost for all of these parts and tools? Well, the grand total for this was about $1,882.38. And if you do plan on doing your heads, lifters, head gaskets, and your trays, you're going to be looking at a bit more than that. Now, the only cost that I left out of this video so far is the cost for a tune. Anytime that you do a camshaft or any other major modification to your car, you're going to need to get the car tuned. So I actually just got the quote back from a local shop here in Colorado, and they quoted me $950 for a dyno tune for this car. So I'm going to call around a little bit more and see if I can get a better quote, but this is pretty much what I'm planning on spending for the dyno tune. But guys, this is just the quote that I got for my car here in Colorado. If you really want to know exactly what you're going to be spending for your tune, you're going to need to call your local shop and get a quote. But there you have it, guys. Those are all the parts and tools that you need to cam your C5 Corvette and their associated costs. But if you use different parts or tools for your build, let me know in the comments below because I'd love to hear about it. But that's all for this week. If you enjoyed the content for today, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for future content. I'll catch you guys next week. Later.